Hello folks and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live stream watch along of our MotoGP Portuguese Grand Prix. I am currently actually live doing a women's football stream between Man City and Chelsea as well, so there might be a bit of confusion for some of you viewers wondering, hang on, is this MotoGP or women's football? So I've done doing two streams at the same time. We've only done it once before, but yes, we are covering two today, so at the same time. So thank you for those that have joined us. Do get in touch on our live chat page. It's our first MotoGP race of the season, so very excited. It's Marc Marquez at the front in pole after qualifying on Friday. Bagnaia Pecco, our current world champion from last year, second, and Jorge Martin third, our top three going into the race today. Pecco won the sprint race as well, let's not forget. Yesterday, our very first ever sprint race in MotoGP history. Man City currently just leading 2-0. I've noticed the MotoGP intro before the race is just basically like F1. As in, yeah, literally just showing off all the riders of who's who and who's what team, etc. So maybe MotoGP have gone down the F1 marketing route. Everyone's gone quiet on me on the Man City stream. Come on, get in touch on the live chat page. Love to hear from you. But anyway, get in touch on our live chat page for the MotoGP as well. Looking at the poll, it looks as though 56% of you have gone for Marc Marquez to win from the pole position. Pecco at 31%. Jorge Martin, no votes for him, sadly, who starts in third. And for other riders, we've got 12%. I would love to put every rider on the poll, but it doesn't allow you more than 4 options on YouTube, which probably makes sense when you look at the space. They're about to do a warm-up lap before the race starts. No idea how many laps it'll be. We'll find out once the race starts. Back with the game, Chelsea. An hour gone. They're looking to... Their cross nearly... I thought there was going to be an own goal there from Alex Greenwood. I think... Have they given away a free kick or a corner there, City? Yeah, they've just gone out on the warm-up lap. Loronto Morella says, ha ha ha, Emma Hayes, you just lost the plot. Why the Poles and Jalde are playing? They can't run or defend. Why Peresic and Kankovic are not playing? This loss is on you, Emma. You. Interesting words there. Well, you know, they do say overall when a team loses, the responsibility is normally with the manager. Emma Hayes very rarely gets it wrong, though. So... maybe it's just not been their day. Maybe she has made some bad choices today. I'm not sure. But all I'd say is that City have... I'm not going to... maybe not say dominate, but possession-wise, they've been spot on. That first half was all City, pretty much. I think Chelsea only had one shot on target in that first half. Here they come now, City, the hosts. Chloe Kelly. Short pass to the right. Now Hemp. Oh, I think she was trying to go for goal there, but it got blocked by the first player. Still on the warm-up lap in the MotoGP. So, yeah, in the warm-up lap, Alex Marquez was quickest. Mark's brother, who represents Gresini Racing. Quartararo, our 2021 champion, was second. Marc Marquez third. Jorge Martin fourth. Jack Miller fifth. Miguel Oliveira sixth. Bagnaia, our world champion. But anyway, here we go. The warm-up lap has just finished. And we're about to get underway for our first race of the season. 85 career wins for Marc Marquez. Could he go for an 86 today? He had a bit of a challenging 2022 from injury. Everyone's watching. Always nerve-wracking, the opening parts of this race. They're just waiting for the man with the red flag to just wave it, walk off, and then wait. I don't understand the point of that. And away we go then, and it's Marc Marquez who's literally level with Martin and Bagnier, and it's Huggy Martin who goes ahead, and now here comes, is that Johan Muir at the front? All of a sudden Marc Marquez down to third after turn 1. But Marc Marquez, he comes on the inside, and that's the old Marc Marquez we're used to seeing. Oh, and he nearly clashes with, I think it was Johan Muir, no, it's Miguel Oliveira. Unbelievable. I'm amazed Marc Marquez is still on a bike after that. That was unbelievable. What a start to the race, but not great for our multiple world champion. 25 lap race it is. Hopefully that leaderboard will keep you up to date, folks, which is just next to me on the screen. But unbelievable what we just saw there. I'm sure they'll show a replay in just a moment. But Marquez, he could have been off a bike in his opening race of the season, but instead he's in 4th. Pecco's 3rd. Augie Martin 2nd. So the top 2 have completely gone backwards from the start of this race. But hey, Oliveira, Portuguese, leading in his home Grand Prix, would be some way to start the season. Quartararo's 15th. Wow. He started 10th. I'm going to get mixed up with the Fernandezes this season. Both Spanish, just different first names. And luckily different teams. We got Tadja Scott saying, come on, Shaw. So if you have just joined us, we've got 2 streams on at the same time, hence why there's a bit of a clash, but we couldn't miss this football game, and we couldn't miss this opening race to the MotoGP calendar. Still 25 minutes to go. I can't see Chelsea scoring. I really can't. Philip Beckford saying sure to score today. Who's in agreement? She's not had her chances, really. She'll want a goal. There's no doubt about that. City will want to get a 3rd goal before Chelsea strike if that does happen. Long lap penalty for Juan Muir. That's a message from race direction. Look at that. Brad Binder. Or Binder. I'm not really sure which one's the best to call him on. Has gone up 6 places. And he's currently in 8th. Zarco 9th. Alex Marquez 10th. So yeah, long lap penalty for Muir, who's currently in 13th. Of course, Muir is Marc Marquez's teammate. So, Bagnier up to 1st. He's taken over Oliveira. Do get in touch on the live chat page, folks, for MotoGP. I've not heard anything from you lot yet. Oh, Sam Kerr just caught offside. My MotoGP stream's just a little laggy, but I've got it back now. Bagnier fastest lap at 1:39.4. Best race lap. Oh, and there's a clash. Oh, Marc Marquez is off. It's been coming, to be honest. He nearly went off in the opening lap, but he's gone off now. Oh dear, there could be an incident. Yeah. And it's already under investigation, but there is a rider injured. I'm not sure who it was he clashed with. Marc Marquez is fine. He's on his feet. The moment he went off, he straight away went to check Oliveira. What happened? So Marquez lost control. Oliveira was already committed to making the turn, and then Marquez went right into him. Oh, that's nasty. I just hope Oliveira's okay. It doesn't look as bad, but still, I think it's the shock that he's come off like that. So there's a yellow flag for sectors 1 and 2, and they're going to come out with a stretcher here. They're obviously going to have to slow it down, the bikes, and just... Because he's off the track, Oliveira, but he's right next to it. He's still on the ground. Cameras are off him at the moment, though, so I'm not sure what's going on. But that should be Oliveira's out. Marc Marquez is out. But this is the problem we've had with Marc Marquez. He is a great rider. We can't deny that with all the wins that he's got in his career and championships. But he's been like this the last 2-3 years. Since we've been doing watch-alongs, he does win races still, but he does slip up a lot. He does go off the track a lot. And I think... we saw him do it on a warm-up lap, didn't we? And it cost him the season, pretty much. I think that was last year, if my memory serves me right. And... that's my concern for Marc Marquez. Is he, is his World Championship days gone in terms of actually winning the thing? I would argue that. Meanwhile, his brother has just got new best race lap at 1:39.1. 3/300ths of a second quicker than the last lap. Only on lap 4 of 25, but brilliant stuff. Philip Beckford says, come on, Shaw, come on, City. CJ saying, I'm from Australia. I think, I'd imagine that's CJ answering a question from earlier on. Yeah, it looks like it's from Patrick, because I know where you're from, CJ. You told me that earlier, I remember. So Oliveira's helmet is off now. They've been able to get a close-up angle of him. He's okay. I'm just wondering if he's injured himself. Oh, he went right into the back of him. It was not in the back of the bike, the actual back of... That's nasty. It's totally Marc Marquez's fault, I'm afraid. If you lot disagree, do say, but that looked like it was his fault. Fastest lap for Vinelas. I can never pronounce it properly. 1:39.067, which is a new best race lap. He's second at the moment. Jack Miller third in his new team. It's going to be quite the podium, but at the moment, if Bagnaia could continue the domination he showed at the latter parts of last season, he won't be an easy man to chase down in this race. 300ths of a second ahead of Maverick Vinelas. Besekki's 4th, Alex Marquez 5th, Binder 6th, Zarco 7th, Marini 8th, Alex Rins 9th, Alex Espargaro 10th. I'll still never forget Alex Espargaro celebrating a win a lap before. And then he completely forgot, and then he got overtaken. Oh, what a mess. Never forget that. He was so upset afterwards, but in a way, I kind of had sympathy for him, but I kind of don't. So, corner for City. Cross the face of goal. No problem for Berger. 19 minutes to go. At the end, Man City are doing exactly what they need to do. They may not be scoring more goals, but I'm not seeing much from Chelsea either. Chelsea actually trying to go on the counter just then, but as you'd expect, normally there's a foul to stop that pace, but yellow card will surely be given. I'm not sure which City. I think it's Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp disagrees, but I think she knows what she was doing. Bit of acting there. I saw Lauren Hemp acting in Hollyoaks for a very short scene. If you actually go on Lauren Hemp's Instagram account, it is on there. It's pretty cringy. But Hemp herself also, in the caption that she put in that video, she clearly wasn't. She knew it wasn't great, but I don't blame her. It was like a week or two after England had won the Women's Euros. So Bagnier still ahead. 20 laps to go. If you just joined us for the MotoGP, Marc Marquez, our pole sitter, out after clashing with Oliveira. And as we speak, there are cameras on him now in the paddock. Still got his helmet on. But he's actually... Is he limping? He should be. Marquez, I'm sure, will be fit for the next race. But Oliveira, I'm intrigued to... We'll have to find out about him and just see if maybe he's injured. I have a feeling he's injured his arm, you know. They're just showing a replay of the race start now. And the front three were going in like that. Closing in on the middle. It could have been very nasty. There we go. There it is. Marc Marquez. They're just showing the replay now. And I think he clashed. Oh! They're showing the incident again. Yeah, so Oliveira has been taken to medical centre for checkup, which sounds about right. Good decision. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. I must admit, at first I thought it was a lot worse, but when you watch the replay, it's not a nice incident. But Marc Marquez, good on him to quickly check if he was okay. He ran straight to him because he knew it was his fault. He knew it was his responsibility. Here come Chelsea. They've got a quarter of an hour to try and save this game and stop Man City from going to the top of the table. Well, joint top with Man United, that is. Actually, I just realised Arsenal play Man City next Sunday at 12:30. So that's another big game. Everton Spurs next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Actually, that might be our next Women's Super League watch along. You know, I think Arsenal Man City next Sunday at 12:30. Our very own Miranda's is an Arsenal fan, so see if we can get her on. So Bezzecchi and Vanilas fighting for that second place. But yeah, I think that might be our next women's football watch along. West Ham versus Liverpool next Sunday at 5 o'clock. Where's that being played? Oh, it's just at Chigwell. That must be on TV. That's a weird kick-off time. There's also a 6:45 kick-off between Villa and Chelsea next Sunday. Is that Bescott? Yeah, Bescott Stadium. Shame they can't just go to Villa Park with that. Unless maybe the men's team are playing there that day. Yeah, so it's quite a spread out fixtures. The first game of the next weekend is Brighton against Man United at 11:30 on April 1st. And then they have a few weeks off because of international break. Then they're back on April 22nd. Starting off with Man United at home to Arsenal. That'll be a big game at 12:30 on a Saturday, that is. And then the rest are on Sunday, April 23rd. Chelsea at home to Leicester. They should win that. City at home to West Ham. Tottenham at home to Villa. Reading hosting Everton. And then Brighton travelling to Liverpool at Prenton Park. Back with the race. So Bagnier 0.02 of a second ahead. 9 laps gone. He's coming down the straight now, actually, Bagnier. Substitution here for City. I think it's one of their Swedish players coming on. Lauren Hemp's coming off. She's getting quite the cheer from the home crowd. Did score one of the goals today. It's a great goal. They're just showing the replay now. Picked up a pass from Combs. I love it how Combs just completely ducks knowing what's coming next. Yeah, what a player she is. For England and for City. Yeah, Blacksted's just come on for him. One of the Swedish internationals. 13 minutes to defend their lead over Chelsea, but Chelsea just have not been banging the door down. If you haven't, folks, and you're new to Let's Talk Sport, click that subscribe button for more content like this one, whether that's MotoGP or women's football. I need to check how the sprint race points work, because if it ends like this leaderboard, Bagnier will be on 37 points. Now, normally if you win a race, it's 25 points, which he won the sprint race yesterday. So I'd imagine, so I'd imagine he got 12 points for winning the sprint race. Matteo asks, Oliveira fall? BNG, he didn't fall. It was Marc Marquez. He clashed into him. Not Oliveira's fault whatsoever. It was just at the wrong place at the wrong time when coming to the exit of a corner. BNG Gumas says Marc Marquez 93. Well, he's out of the race. He's done. Our pole sitter, who when we started this race, he was our favourite to win on our pole, but it's actually now Pecco at 45%. Marc Marquez back down to 41%. Augie Martin just 3%, 12% for other riders. But at the moment, Pecco is ahead, but he's having to look over his shoulder of Mr. Maverick Vinales. This could be a tight end to the race. There's still 16 laps to go, though. A 138.8. So Alex Espargaro, who is... where is he on the leaderboard? Oh, he's 9th. The man from Spain. Philip Beckford asking if Shaw is on the field. Still on the field. Yeah, she is. Dynamo saying City more goal, make 4. 10 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended 2-0. I don't know if we'll see more goals from City. I think they're just more happy to just sit back a little and just try and maybe frustrate Chelsea. Chelsea it's just not been their day. I fair play to City. It was always going to be a tough game for Chelsea away from home, but you know, this is a statement from Taylor and his team, because they are definitely in this title race. We've got a 4-team title race at the moment. Marc Marquez is out of his race suit now. He's just gone to the fans like that, looking at them from the paddock. Probably more of an apology. I think he knows he went wrong. Literally me, what a name, says where to watch it live. I mean, I don't know where you can watch it for free. I'm watching it on BT Sport 2, which that's here in the UK. That's who we watch it on. I'm not sure where you guys... it depends where you're from, I guess. Yeah, I think some of you are a bit upset that Marc Marquez is out of the race. Philip Beckford saying about the Man City Chelsea game, saying clean sheet today we want, and we need the goal difference to go up. 1.3 seconds between second and third, which is Vinales at second, Bezzecchi third. What a start to the season it would be if Bezzecchi could get a podium. He's got podiums before. I can't remember. I don't think he's ever won a race before though. Which is at Mooney VR 46, which is basically Valentino Rossi's team, named after him, after his initials and his number on his motorbike. One of you lot might be able to answer this, but did they retire his number in MotoGP? I might be wrong. I keep thinking they might have done, but I don't think anyone else is representing 46. Nope, don't think so. Well, Chelsea have just had a long-range shot from Fleming, I think. It took a deflection, and it went so high up in the air, it just went behind the net. So I think it is a corner for Chelsea. They've got to take their chances now. If they can get a goal now, they're back in this, but we've not seen them show enough goal threat in front of Ellie Roebuck. Just showing a bit of the race again. Or they're showing the incident again with... So Marc Marquez clearly contacted... I can't remember which rider it was, just to his left. And then he went straight into Oliveira. And as you'd expect, they've just shown a replay of the crowd completely in frustration because it's in Portugal. Oliveira's Portuguese. They're not happy. Chloe Kelly's just been given a yellow card, but I'm sure she'll take that. Probably doing what she can do to kill time. So really, at this moment, this race is between two riders, Bagnaia and Vinales. Ducati, you could say, picking up where they left off from last season. Such a quicker bike than the Yamaha that we saw in those last few races. I remember, I mean, of course they would, and you know they're just doing their job. But the marketing team at MotoGP, come that final race in Valencia, they clearly, but they were trying to say, you know, that there's a championship to be decided. I'm like, dude, Bagnaia just needs 1 point. I think he was 20, wasn't he 24 points or 20? Yeah, he was like 24 points ahead going into the final race. As long as he finishes on that bike in the points, nah, there wasn't really much of a championship battle. Quartararo tried, but I think Bagnaia won the race, didn't he? I can't remember. God, it feels like feels like a long time ago. The end of last season. It's quite a gap, you know. End of March. Last race was start of November. Quite a lot of time off, you could say, for the riders. And of course, they've been make sure they keep fit and keep. I'd imagine they've been using simulators in between the seasons and testing out their bike. So quite a lot to do. We've got 4 DNFs currently, so 4 retirements. Gian Antonio, I didn't know he was out. Marc Marquez, as we already know. Miguel Oliveira and Bastianini. Bastianini didn't even start, so he's got a DNS. 5 minutes to go between City and Chelsea. Chelsea offside again. Sam Kerr picks up the ball and just wants to place the ball on the pitch quickly. Just, yeah, you could tell she's just closed her eyes like that in frustration, just knowing that it's not my day. Small Cato's got a good question. Is really Johan Muir can really put Honda like Marquez, since nobody can ride that bike with results other than Mark. Well, where is Muir at the moment? He's 15th. But maybe I think you might be making a good point. Is the Repsol Honda even competitive? Is this just Marc Marquez showing that he's the man? Philip Beckford saying that your coverage is delayed. Yeah, probably. Because I'm relying on Wi-Fi to watch the game. I'm sure I'm a bit behind with the game. City have just hit the roof of the net. Not inside, sadly. Shaw going for it looked like. No goal for Shaw yet. Is it going to happen today? That's maybe the presence of Usain Bolt made her feel nervous. I don't know. She normally scores, according to Tadja Scott. 700ths of a second. That's the gap between first and second in this opening race of the MotoGP season in Portugal. There's also 2 other leaderboards onto your top left and bottom left of your screen. That is the sprint race from yesterday and then the qualifying that they did on Friday. So this was the first ever sprint race weekend in MotoGP, pretty much following what F1 have pretty much, you could say, been doing for, well, they started in 2021, didn't they? Let us know in the live chat page. Do you like sprint races? Would you like to see it every weekend, or is it more special to just have a handful handpicked throughout the season? The one thing I hate in F1 is Friday practice. I just don't really care. Like I'm happy to read the results, but I'm not interested in watching cars go around a track for just to, yeah, as it says in the title, practice and see where the car's at. Got nothing wrong with practice sessions because they've got to get out there and get used to the track, no matter how many times they've raced on it in their career. But But yeah, I don't know. I like the fact that there's more meaning on the Friday. So it's like it's like mini Glastonbury weekend. It is a whole full weekend, Friday to Sunday. Friday we're qualifying, Saturday with a sprint race, and then Sunday the main race. Could they do it every weekend? I don't know what the plans are with F1 to do it every weekend. I'd imagine it comes down to can the circuit facilitate? Can every circuit facilitate that? I don't know. But I'd love to get your thoughts on the live chat page. What do you think? 10 laps to go. Our world champion is still leading. Quartararo will be happy just to be in the points, I think. He's 10th. Just behind Moreni. Augie Martin, who started the race, in the top 3, is down to 11th. So I don't think he'll be getting rider of the day. Come the last couple of laps or so, I will put out a new poll on the live chat page asking you for your rider of the day. Philip Beckford saying about the Man City-Chelsea game that City doing well, looking at how they started the season. Yeah, I completely ignored them in the table ahead of this game, and then I looked when we started the stream and realised actually no, City winning this game puts them back in it, no doubt. Well, of course they do. They go joint top with Man United. They're going into the last minute of the City game, and one of the City players is just down injured. Not sure if they mean it. And it is the goal scorer of the opening goal that's down, I think. Oh, the ball hit her on the back of the head. Oh no, it's Steph Houghton. Yeah, that was quite nasty. Obviously not intentional, but should be okay. Steph Houghton, a player who has been very loyal to City, one of the best centre-halves in football, but sadly, not Serena Weigmann's main number one choice. Not even a squad selectee. It's it's a surprise, but when you look at how England have played under Serena Weigmann, they haven't lost a game. So it's weird to not. I'm kind of used to not seeing Steph Houghton in the England squad, but I do feel for Steph Houghton as well. It's almost as if like she's been forgotten quite quickly. But I know that when I go to the City games, sometimes the fans they love Steph. They I think for Steph, City means more to her than England, especially right now. Well, she's back on her feet. 4 minutes of added time given. Man City should just be able to just maybe get possession and just kill off the game now and just let the time tick. Emma Hayes won't be happy today. Be interesting if what they might say to her in the interviews afterwards, because yeah, not a good result at all. They've just not turned up today. 9 laps to go. Not much going on in this race, I'm not going to lie. It's mainly keeping an eye on the top 2. Bagnier, as we saw from him in that second half of last season, he's gotten so much better leading races. Because we saw the season before that, he's clearly going to become a multiple race winner at least in his career because of the way he rides. But he bottled he could have won more races in his career, but he did bottle a few leads. But here he is now, and we're seeing a very strong, solid rider. He's in his element. DNI says 93 King of Crash. Yeah. At the moment he is. Sadiu Darkfest says, greetings from Indonesia. Hello there. How's the weather in Indonesia today? We always love to hear from where you lot are from when you get in touch. So do let us know where you're watching the stream from today. Small Cato asking, what's your favourite rider and manufacturer? I've always got a soft spot for Yamaha. I just love their bikes, especially the dark blue. It's famous. I'd say Yamaha. I don't really have a favourite, but that's your answer, I guess. I've always found with motorsports where I'm not really that fussed about the teams. It's more who the riders are, or in F1 who the drivers are. So I've not always been that fussed about the teams. I couldn't give. I'm not that. I'm not very loyal to Mercedes or Red Bull or anyone like that. I don't really care. It's more who represents them. So, like in F1, Sergio Perez is my favourite driver, and he drives for Red Bull. Didn't care that much about Red Bull until he joined them. So there you go. In terms of riders in MotoGP, I love Bezzecchi. I think he's a great rider. I think could he be a world champion? Who knows? He's doing some good racing in the last 12 months, I'd say. In terms of, but I mean, Valentino Rossi's the best legend, number one for me. Just a brilliant champion, and just a great character. I thought he was brilliant for the sport. He did an interview. I can't remember his name. He's a famous interviewer on YouTube, but he's really good at it. He's interviewed a lot of motorsport stars like Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, and Valentino Rossi. And he goes to Valentino Rossi's house, I think, in Italy to do the interview. And it's just a great interview. You do learn a lot about Valentino Rossi. He's just laid back. He's just a really cool, awesome guy. So it's not just because he's a winner. I just think he's a really nice, genuine guy. I'd love to meet Valentino Rossi. I don't ride a motorbike. I ride a scooter. It's a 125cc MGB, but I do wear a Valentino Rossi helmet, which I'd love to get for you, but it's not in this room right now. But I do have that. Well, we're into the 95th minute of this match, so we're way over the added time. It's still 2-0 City. Chelsea, can they get a consolation goal at least? There's a cross from the left-hand side, straight to the hands of Ellie Roebuck. And that might just have sealed her clean sheet. Yeah, whistle blown for full time at the Academy Stadium. And what a win for Man City. 2 goals in the first half. Put the game to bed pretty much. Chelsea just could not get themselves going in the second half. And that means that Manchester City are joint top with Man United on 38 points. So, at this moment in time, we've got 4 teams going for the WSL title. Arsenal won yesterday, Man United won yesterday. Chelsea, the only team to slip up. They've still got a game in hand to get themselves back up there. But there is a lot of games still to go. Lots to play for in the remainder of the Women's Super League season. I'm just going to end the poll. But if you lot are going, thanks very much for watching. We'll end that women's football stream in just a bit. We'll keep an eye on this race. Oh, and someone's gone off. Who's that? It is... Oh, I'm not sure. Who is it? Oh, it's Yogi Martin. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Started the race in the top 3 and he's gone way off. No one else involved, just him. I've noticed he's got an F1 logo on the back of his motorbike. I thought I was being tricked, but no, he does have one. 5 laps to go. Nothing concerning Pecco at the moment. But anyway, back with the football. Great win for City. Thanks for those that watched us. We will try and do a watch along next Sunday. 12:30 kickoff, I believe. Arsenal women versus Man City women. As far as I'm concerned, I should be free to do it, so I shall be there to do that. And I think what we might do during the week this week is live reactions at full time here on YouTube of our English teams in the Women's Champions League, which is Chelsea versus Lyon. I think that's on Thursday night. And Bayern Munich, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Both London teams hosting their games. And so, yeah, quite a lot going on in the women's football this week. So anyway, we're going to end the stream there for our women's football. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, do be sure to do so by clicking that button below and give us a like. And we'll see you very soon here on Let's Talk Sport. Absolute delight for Manchester City. It is both Mancunian clubs who are rocking the WSL table right now. See you soon. So that's our women's football stream done. I actually forgot to put the mic away. Doesn't matter. It's done now. But anyway, back with this race. It's actually 1.198 seconds. Bagnier ahead of Vinales now. He's clearly the favourite. We got Sean getting in touch saying South African in Dubai. Sean, I'm sure we've had you on our streams in the past. Hope you're well. Says, how's it? Not how's that? Yeah, again, that is a cricket term. Completely different sport, I guess. Oppo smartphone saying Bella race yay. No, I'm not sure what that means. Xavier Circuit saying VR46 forever. Yeah, he's the best. So, 4 laps to go. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Not sure who that involves. Oh, no. Oh, I thought it was Bezzecchi then. Thank God. But it's his teammate, though. Luca Moreni. He's crashed. He's out. He's walking off. I mean, no one wants to see a crash, but I just worried it was Bezzecchi because he's in third. It would be a great start to the season for him and his team if they got top 3. I don't think many people would have put this as their podium prediction ahead of the race. I think a lot would have said Pecco to be on it or to win the race, which at this rate he's going to. But Vinales and Bezzecchi, yeah, good job. But again, still 3 laps to go. Anything can happen. And they're on 2 wheels. Anything can happen on 2 wheels. I mean, I'm intrigued from you guys at home. Who do you think's the favourite to win the championship this year? Is it Pecco? I just thought I was really optimistic about Marc Marquez today because he got pole. I thought that's fantastic. Exactly the start he needs after what last year was pretty dreadful, really, because of his injuries and stuff. And then the way he started the race, he just didn't look like he had full control of the bike. And sadly, I just worry we're going to see that kind of Marc Marquez this season, maybe, where he's been consistent at going off the track. As I say, I do rate him as a rider, but it does concern me that maybe the best of Marc Marquez is long gone. Vinales is how you pronounce his name. Thank you, Fredster. Civil Mind says, Beast is dangerous. Hope he gets well soon. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. We'll be trying to do as many MotoGP races as we can. And, of course, if you also like other race series like F1, we also try and do as much watch-alongs and shows as we can with that. I think, is it F1 next weekend? Yeah. I can't remember. Fernandez has crashed. Raul Fernandez, that is the number 25. So that means it's a yellow flag in Sector 2. I think it's Australia next weekend, isn't it? Oh, God. Which is okay for CJ, who's one of our Australian viewers, or for anyone else who lives down under. But for me, that means it's, 6 a.m. start for the race? Yeah. I might do a watch-along. I don't know. That's a bit late. Sorry, a bit early. We always enjoy our qualifier watch-alongs a bit more than the races. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to F1, anyway, we get a lot more. We get a lot more interaction. We're going into the last lap. 0.600 of a second. Pecco in the lead, which it feels like a lot. Sounds like a lot, but yeah, it is in MotoGP terms. But they're still like that. When you see both riders out on the track. But Bagna's just been spot on. He's had a nice ride in the last maybe 20 laps, I'd say. But it looks as though he is going to go on to win the race. And just remind everyone why he's the world champion, and that maybe, just maybe, it will be quite the challenge to dethrone the man from top spot. 1.8 seconds between second and third. Bezzecchi, though, he's nearly 5 seconds ahead of Alex Marquez, who's in fourth. So at this moment, Bezzecchi he's in a very nice, healthy position to get himself a podium, which is great to see. Absolutely love Bezzecchi. What I like about Mooney VR46 as well is that both riders are Italian. So I wonder if that is the idea from Rossi. I don't know much about his team, but maybe the number one rule is that you've got to be from Italy to represent the team, which I think is a great idea. You know, it's trying to get a legacy going. Bagnaia, of course, though, he's Italian, so he's doing his bit for Italian motor racing. They love MotoGP, they love Ferrari and F1, they really do. And Bagnaia, there he goes. The man from Italy. He's just crossed the finish line. Battle for fourth looks tight, and there is Stefano Di Michele. I can't pronounce his surname, I'm terrible at it. The president of F1, he's just waved the checkered flag, as he's a special guest today. But it is Pecco who wins the opening race in Portugal. It's almost as if we're still in 2022. So Vinales getting second, Bezzecchi third. That's your podium for the weekend. And let's end our poll for who you think's going to win the race, since that's all done and dusted. We're going to put out a new poll and ask for your rider of the day. Right, there we go. The Rider of the Day poll is up. So, your options are Pecco, of course, our race winner for today. Vinales, Bezzecchi, and Zarco. So get your votes in, and in a few minutes' time we will end that poll. Yep, we'll end that poll very shortly. And then we'll announce who it is. Small Katu says Pecco is everyone's favourite. He rides on the best bike at the moment, maybe this season. The Fredster just saying that they're usually VR46 Academy students. Dylan says Brad Binder. Yeah, he finished 6th for KTM, and his new teammate Jack Miller finishing right behind him in 7th. Small Catter saying it first race, not very surprising. Maybe on the second or third race. Silvermind saying thank you for the live stats. See you in next race. Bye. Oh, thanks Silvermind. Appreciate that. Dylan saying that rider of the day should be Brad Binder. I mean, he is good, isn't he? He always jumps. He always has poor qualifying, but his races are always dramatic and always unpredictable. Pecco running to the crowd, throwing his arms in the air. Absolute limbs. Yeah, he's gone off his bike. He needs to go back on it to head back to Parc Fermé. I would love to give I mean, I'd be very nervous, but I'd love to have a go on one of those motorbikes. But I would never go as fast as what they can do. No chance. Scary. Quartararo's back in his garage, so that means he's 10th. This is the thing, because of the sprint race, it changes it all up. So Quartararo is 10th in the championship after this weekend. But from his body language, he doesn't look very pleased. Greg Livingston's got in touch. Hi, Greg. Hope you're well. Where have you been, man? We've had 2 streams. Back to back. Well, and at the same time. I thought you'd be on one of them. There he comes. Bisecki now parking up. Yeah, he'll be thrilled with that. That's a great start to the season. His teammate would be gutted. Luca Morani, he retired after 21 laps out of the 25, so he could have finished, but didn't happen. Alex Espargaro is back in his garage, finished 7th. He never likes the cameras in his garage when he has a bad race. I think he just told the cameraman to just not flash the camera at him, but I mean, I get it, but like, they know that there's cameras all over the place. Greg saying, just been really busy with work. No worries, buddy. You weren't doing an overnight shift again, were you? Because I remember you work on the train lines, don't you? So Pecco's still out on the track celebrating his win. He's going to come back to the garage, I'd imagine. It is mad, isn't it? Like, you could say it's a long day when it's a MotoGP race day, but I mean, because you have Moto2 and Moto3 as well. But it's the fact that, I don't know, it's just the fact that it's like nearly 3 o'clock on a Sunday in Portugal right now. Oh no, wait, no, 4 o'clock. No, fair enough. I'm forgetting. Wait, yeah, we've had an hour backwards overnight. I gotta change my clock. You know, digital phones are like no problem. It does it for you, but not our clock, sadly. Remember, do vote for your rider of the day. Make sure you do it. Greg's saying that he's done 3 overnights in a row. Yeah, I'd imagine that messes up your body clock. Or do you get used to it? Well, 63 is the number. That's what we've learnt today. Marc Marquez, starting out as the pole sitter, couldn't get his bike home after an early retirement, which just makes you wonder, are Repsol Honda up to it, but also is Marc Marquez up to it for actually getting the bike home? Because we've seen him go out a lot in the last couple of seasons. We're going to give you another minute to vote for your rider of the day. So remember, it's Pecco, Vinales, Bisecki or Zarco. think, right, I'm going to end that poll. And then we will now reveal who was the rider of the day. So, Pecco, 72%. He is our rider of the day. Vanillas, 13%. Pasecki, 7%. Zarco, 6%. So in that order of... I'd love to actually put more riders on the poll, but sadly, YouTube only lets you do the what do you call it? It only lets you add 4 options and no more. Maybe it'll change. I think polls have only been a thing on YouTube for like a year or 2. Maybe they'll change it at some point. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks. So thank you very much for catching our first MotoGP watch-along of the new season. I've been Jamie Davies. Do check out the leaderboard to your left, of course, quickly. Or just Google it, of course, to find out who won. Bagnier won, but you can find out the full leaderboard. Quite a lot of DNFs today, including Marc Marquez after a collision with Oliveira. It wasn't his day, but for Ducati, they've pretty much picked up where they left off from last season. Who knows? It could be a dominant season in MotoGP, just like we're seeing in F1. But anyway, congrats to Pecco. Thank you to you all at home for watching. Remember to click that subscribe button and give us a like. And we'll be back very soon for more MotoGP content and all sports that you can think of here on Let's Talk Sport. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon.